We're going. Okay. How's it going? This is Gamer, the Graying Gamer. That's what I've called this. My name is Justin Gray. I go by TheGrayingTech. But when I'm live streaming or doing gameplay videos, I do the Graying Gamer. I didn't choose that social media name because several people had like pieces of that. So there was somebody on Reddit, there was somebody on Twitter, there was somebody on YouTube, but they were all different people, which was kind of annoying because one of them even started like 3 weeks before I decided to do this. So it's like, dang it, missed an opportunity. So we have not recorded a lot. We did try to record one session, but Houston did have some pretty decent issues with his setup trying to get logged in. We spent more than half of that recording actually just getting him up and running. So it wouldn't have been that much fun. So I'm going to do a quick tour of what I have done. This is factory, let's call this 3.5, honestly. I consolidated everything here to a central hub, space elevator location. Aesthetically speaking, it's bad, but it's convenient because all of the massive manufacturing processes like the radio control unit, and I think over here is, yeah, the high-speed connector. I have 2 things of computers going. I have supercomputer going up there. So all of these various components that require a lot of stuff to make, I'm able to just pull it straight into this one area. Now you see over there, there's a train. I figured out how to get the train to work. And I gotta say, normally I don't like the trains in Factorio or some of the other games. This one's actually pretty useful. So kudos to Satisfactory for making something that made sense. That is going out to our rubber field, essentially out here, getting rubber, plastic, all kinds of oil processing going on here, and then it's shipping it back kind of into this main hub location. I have massive stores you can see for rubber, plastic, and circuits. That's all coming out from that oil field area. Then here we have complex storage, I would call it. So here's computers, for example. That is turbo engines, supercomputers, things like that. We've maxed out the research tree. We've maxed out the space elevator. We have access to everything. Here is slightly more complex storage. Oop. Out of rubber. Is more rubber coming in? Yes. Okay, that's coming from the train. I paused a bunch of processes. I guess I didn't pause enough. So let's pause these guys. So what I try to do is I try to build up a good amount of inventory and then let it ride. Probably not the best strategy overall, and certainly not the most efficient, because it's a lot more manual control and processing than I necessarily want. Why are those red? Huh. That's a problem because look at my screw bank. I'm not getting a lot of screws coming because that's red. That should not be red. That I have not messed with that in a while. So one of the cool things that I did was also build basically mega factories all over the place. So that over there is power. Over there, far side, is some more plastic, rubber, insulated or encased steel, I want to say it is. Down here we have more processing for iron, we have copper, we have the rotors and the motors. Over there we have quick wire, we have more iron plate, and screws coming in from that down that way. And then really far off here in pink is quartz crystal, and that's also where I'm processing the aluminum at least the ingots that eventually do become the sheets themselves. I process that a little bit closer. Basically right there you can see a small factory just taking copper and combining that with the aluminum ingots. Okay, let's go figure out why that's red. That's bothering me. Don't have a lot of my gear because I tried to set up geothermal and died. Oh no. Oh, bad time to autosave. There we go. Yeah. Normally I have the, what are those things called? Blade runners that I can just use, but I do not even have those right now. So I need to heal up. Let's do that before we head over there. Take some bacon. Bacon. So as you can see, I have various tubes. These go to different places. That factory over there is blue. Blue for the screws. The rotors have a slight bluish to them as well. So it helps to remember that. Okay, apparently it was nothing. Apparently it just didn't update since the last time I lost power, but that's okay. Oh, this other tube here goes to more coal processing, essentially all the way out here. I have coal and power being drilled and processed. That is providing electricity as well. But I have not had to go out there in quite a while. So really I consider this end game. Like, this is the final factory, the final form. I can process, maybe not as most efficiently as desired, but I have access to everything. I have access to nuclear. I have access to hazmat, uranium, not uranium. Yeah, well, that comes from nuclear. Uranium does. Aluminum. One thing I was thinking about building a manufacturing plant for was this battery here, but as you can see, it requires more sheet, and this stuff is really intensive to make. I simply can't make enough of it, especially to feed the heat sink and a couple other things that need this stuff too. So, maybe we'll do battery, maybe we won't. All right. Some of you might be wondering why I'm not on camera. Well, there's actually a good reason for that. My generation, God, that makes me feel old. We didn't have chickenpox vaccines. We just got chickenpox. Well, when you get chickenpox, the virus stays with you, and when you get older, there's a chance that you might develop shingles. So last weekend, I was feeling like crap. The right side of my face was sore for no particular reason. I was tired. I didn't really want to do a whole bunch of stuff. And like, even going for my humble brag here, but like, normally I go for like a 4-mile walk run. I suck at running. Don't think that part's impressive, but I do at least try to go every day about 4 miles around my neighborhood. For those who've seen episode 1 of Hodgepodge, you'll know there's a reason for that, right? Getting out of the house, getting moving, getting blood circulating, and breaking up your day into time boxes. Like, that's really significant investment in your time and your health, especially when you're working from home, which I do and have done for 10 years, not consecutively, but 4 years with my current employer. I've been working from home. And so I couldn't even do that. So I kind of knew something was up. Monday was okay. But Tuesday I woke up with a weird rash on my face, and it hurt. And it hurt like a bee sting. To give you some context. Now, I've experienced some pain. Obviously, I'm male. I've never given birth, but I've had spinal taps. I've had migraines that have nearly knocked me unconscious, made me hyperventilate, like literally not being able to communicate because I'm in so much pain. I have been in those situations. So when I say it feels like a bee sting, like I'm not necessarily just joking around. Like it literally feels like I'm getting stung by a bee, and it's the weirdest thing. It has an element of movement to it as well. So it really does feel like, hey, there might be like an insect on me that just bit me, but it's not. It's your nerves, the coating of your nerve slightly dying at the tips, which results in that feeling of movement and results in essentially fire-like feeling. And it sucks. It really does. I don't wish this on anybody, but because I have shingles, I didn't figure that anybody would really want to watch me on stream as I'm covered in a rash on my face. My eyes also very swollen. Apparently, it's 10 to 20% of people are going to get, people who get shingles, 10 to 20% of them get it on their face. So yay, I'm a lucky one. So now it's putting pressure on my eye. It puts pressure on the side of my face. My lymph nodes are swollen. My jaw muscles are swollen. My ear is swollen. It sucks. But I wanted to at least show you my factory and show you kind of the end of this series. So I have spent a decent amount of time trying to figure out the fluid dynamics of the game, specifically when it came to aluminum production here. So this is a very complex process. They even tell you that in the game itself. But essentially, we're taking in water and bauxite, processing that to create a slurry, and processing the slurry with with coke, petroleum coke, with the slurry to make scrap and water again, and then processing the scrap with silica in order to make the ingot, and then the ingot processing that all the way over there to make the actual sheet, combining that with copper ingots. So very complex series of processes, and getting everything balanced took a while. And you can see I have basically water buffers here in place. This water buffer is feeding back into the system with one pump down there to actually bring in fresh water. You can see how many pumps I'm having to use to feed this up. So lots of water extractors, lots of pumps just to get it up to this height, and then working that through the factory itself. So this was definitely one of the harder things to set up. I'm sure the nuclear stuff is even harder. I've taken a look at what that takes to actually get nuclear power, right? So decently steep requirements for the power plant alone, and then the actual processing requires sulfur, fuel rod, fuel control units, another like combined fuel rod, and then you have to do something with the waste. All of that just seemed way too complicated for what it was worth. And then the fact that you can't do anything with the waste, like hello, we have a space elevator, shoot it to space, please. I don't want to have to find a place to store it here on planet. Just give me a way to shoot that into the sun or something. At least in the future, with all of this high-tech stuff, that one person can build an entire mega factory on a planet by themselves with a little, gun-looking thing, controller gun-looking thing, at least solve the nuclear waste issue, please. So now we're going to go out to the furthest portion of the factory This is going to be a few different hops. This is where I was going to build the geothermal. And this is probably where I'm going to end up ending the stream and the series until there's another update, because really planting these geothermals and connecting it to the power grid was kind of the last thing that I was looking to do in the series. You can see we are pulling in bauxite. I'm sure I am mangling that pronunciation, but essentially it's the real stuff that here on Earth we use to make aluminum, and the processing itself seemed, from what I know, which isn't a whole lot, but what I've seen and what I know, it seems like legit stuff in terms of all the extra processing. Wow, this thing auto saves a lot. The thing that's interesting is this is playing off of an NVMe, and it's causing that delay still, like complete slowdown, almost complete shutdown of the game itself before it's able to. There's some uranium back in there. I made the mistake of trying to mine that with just my regular suit. That didn't work, believe it or not. It yeah, I totally died. Huh, funny that. Okay, so we need to get back to my crate, and it's not on the map. Luckily, I know exactly where I died. Which is right there. All right, so we don't have any weapons. Probably should have brought in a weapon. But I think I'll be okay. I think I can get to my equipment fast enough that it won't be an issue. But there were several things out here. See, there's one. Shoot. There were several things out here that ganged up and really did a number on me. All right, I got a weapon. Hey, that's not fair. I'm in water. Why can you attack me in water? Get our bacon in place because we're going to need to eat some. All right. Hi, buddy. Now you're not alive anymore. Okay, so lots of things over here that attacked me kind of all at once. I think I have 2 of the fire shooting guys of decent level. I've tried the gun. I have access to the dynamite. The sword just seems to do more damage quicker. And the gun was really kind of annoying because you had to get all of the armor, or not the armor. You had to process so much to get the ammo that it just really wasn't worth it. What do you need? Oh, I got those. Oh, you need power too. Lovely. Well, that's what the geyser's for. There's a doggo. All right, where's the geyser at? 55 meters that way. More things that want to attack me. Great. I don't think I have any dynamite. I might, but I don't think I do. Oh, I got 1 left. All right, let's try to kill this bee before it hits me. There we go. Got bees on my mind. Should be on top of it, shouldn't I? Here it is. Okay, let us build geothermal. Huh, that's a pretty decent size. Look at that. Plug you in. Open the door. For those who don't know, this gives you hard drives. These hard drives can be used to get alternative recipes that can basically be used in kind of like the end game when you're out of, like, materials become hard to get and really hard to kind of keep up, right? There's some significant investments that tend to be needed for the things that need to be built. And so those alternatives, not what I wanted to do. Whoa. I really took off there. And so those alternatives gives you exactly what it sounds like, right? The chance to build something else that with the material that you have on hand to do other things with it. And that can come in handy if you have a lot of, like I have tons of steel plate right now, reinforced steel plate as well. So I don't need that right now. I don't necessarily want to fully stop the production lines or tear all of that down because I might need it at some point. So that's an opportunity for me to build something else with it. Now, a lot of the times that simply means combining those items with other items. It doesn't give you completely replacement. Let's find the other geothermal geysers. There's 2 others here. Yes, I know that one. 400, 300. All right. Got to keep our eyes peeled for more. Not you guys. Mama's around, that's a problem. But you guys aren't that hard. I still don't like killing these things. I get it. Hostile planet. You need an adversary, but I kind of really didn't need an adversary. Seemed like it was that way. Yep. I've tried running away. That doesn't always work all that well either. Whoa. All right, is it down in that gully? Nope. I've been killed before doing that. Oh, there's 2 down here. Splash. P.S. You can jump in the water and it doesn't hurt you. All right, so we have 2 of our little fire-breathing friends here. Again, Mama and Papa are what matter at this stage in the game. These guys will do a little damage, but Mama and Papa's who I worry about. Well, that's cool. There's 2 of them here. I'm very happy then that I brought... Are you kidding me? I thought I had enough. Oh, well. All right, let's get this power line back to where it needs to go. So that was really it. So Satisfactory, excellent game. I'm very happy that they're continuing to make progress on it and continuing to do things that are fun and interesting and challenging in this space. So kudos absolutely to the developers. This is a very fun game. That bridge is most likely where I want to be. Yep. All right, we're gonna cheat a little bit. So that's really it. I am just gonna wait for the next update to launch and give them some time to play out the bugs. Oh, are you kidding me? All right. C'est la vie. Perfect way to end the stream, right? I died back where I was. All right. Thanks for tuning in for this series. Hopefully it was enjoyable. This was the first of the Graying Gamer segments. We will be doing more of these. This is not a regular scheduled series, but I have fun talking through gameplay, especially games like this that just let me talk about whatever I want. So with that, thank you very much for tuning in. I am sure this is way after the fact and you just happened to stumble upon this gameplay, but again, thank you very much and you have a great day. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. We're going to have even more game streams in the future. You have a great day.